Welcome back to the WCS America Season 1 Finals. We are in our 5th place consolation match to determine who goes to Korea to represent America, to fight for freedom.
To bring over that freedom.
On the global stage.
Carry on that freedom.
To liberate Korea.
Wave that American flag with pride. Sing the national anthem.
That's right. You think when, say, Snute or Alicia goes over there, when they get introduced, are they gonna be introduced to the Star Spangled Banner? I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think they will be forced to walk in that massive stadium with a bald eagle on their shoulder. Have a Mountain Dew in their hand. Popcorn in the other one.
Oh man.
You have to, if you want to represent America, you have to go all out, right?
Well, might as well throw in a couple of Big Macs.
I want either of these two guys gain at least 20 pounds by the end. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, our 4th map.
Oh no one is.
You're such a jerk, man. You're making fun of my homeland. Our 4th map in this best of 5 is going to be on Cloud Kingdom. Snute does lead 2-1. He could seal it up right here. It's been an excellent series so far, and I am so excited to see what we get on this classic map.
I am very excited as well, Ben. So perhaps for the last time, but hopefully not. Hopefully we go all the way into game number 5. You can go ahead and introduce our players once more.
I would love to, Kev. As we see down here in the bottom left-hand corner, after an intense Swarm Host Nidus Fest on Whirlwind, the Red Zerg player, Liquid Snute. New York is so pretty today.
New York is always
Beautiful
pretty.
Day to walk into the office and cast some StarCraft. Snute's opponent in the top right has to make something happen here. His tournament is very nearly over. It is Axiom Alicia.
For everyone who just joined us, this is just the very first series of the day. This is the final of the consolation bracket though. Once more, the winner of this series, we are playing best of 5, will qualify to the Season 1 Grand Finals in Korea. After this, we are going to continue the tournament where we left yesterday with the semi-finals between Hero and Ryung. I think that's going to be an absolute great series. Should be some really fun Protoss versus Terran. And of course, after that, we're going to do the other semi-final, which is an all-EG encounter between Revive and Alive. And that should be some great TVZ.
I am super excited for that one. We'll be casting that game.
Yes, that will be the last cast. After that, we're going to run down the street to Legends. Once more, I want to encourage everyone who lives in the New York area, whether it's Buffalo, you know what, even Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire.
Even if you're from Jersey.
Even if you're from Rhode Island, Connecticut. Take the speed train. You guys have those bullet trains. Come down to New York. Come down to Legends, where Mr. Witter and me will be watching the Grand Final, hopefully with lots of other enthusiastic StarCraft fans. Ain't that right, man?
I am.
And first round's on me.
First round's on Roddy.
I really hope it's not a super packed place.
It's going to be like 700 people.
That would be very bad.
Kev's like, man.
You know, like, there are going to be a bunch of guys who never even played StarCraft. Like, hey, I heard first round's on you. It's like, who are you?
It's like the entire cast of Jersey Shore shows up.
Well, that could actually be a lot of fun. If what I heard is correct, I would not mind that.
All right. Let's talk about some StarCraft before we get too carried away. Once again, it's a gateway opening for Alicia. Once again, Snute's going to get that early speed.
You want to tell me there are people who don't enjoy talking about Jersey Shore, man? Do those people really exist?
I mean,
it is almost as good as Gossip Girl.
This is WCS America after all.
That is true.
And Jersey Shore, a great American pastime.
One of the shows that you are truly proud of as an American.
It's Jersey Shore and it's Duck Dynasty.
Alicia once more going to drop the gateway, of course, in his main base. That's just kind of what he relies on, what he prefers in this matchup. Can't blame him. I think it's we discussed it many times throughout this tournament. It's an opening that gives Protoss a lot more options than the good old Forge Fast Expand or a Nexus First for that matter.
And it's one that Alicia has been subscribing to religiously. Mothership Core is out for the map control for the safety, and we'll just follow it up with his normal expansion stuff.
Now on this map yesterday we saw Alicia make a crazy amount of Void Rays against Moonglade, and it worked very well for him. Cloud Kingdom has a lot of narrow paths, so Void Rays and Sentries work very well together. Unlike Whirlwind, where of course you have this big open area in the middle of the map, so sure, having a bunch of Sentries is really nice, but it's going to be hard to make force fields as useful as you could make them on a map like Cloud Kingdom. Ain't that right, Mr. Peter?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, Mr. Rotterdam.
See the Overlord heading into the natural expand. Snute is just going to check. Alright, I see those 2 gates being wiped in. Everything is standard so far. He's going to keep the Overlord there. Of course, he wants to see the timing on the gases. But we see the first hidden probe already on the left top side of the map. But right as the probe arrives there, Ben, I see some red mouse clicks going down.
It's just what Snute does. He is so thorough with his scouting, and it's almost ironic that he's going to run right past this probe. Does he not see it?
Whoa, that would have been.
Does he really not see it?
Nah, he saw it. Barely though.
Okay.
That was so close, but he did see it.
Well played, Snute. Guys, Zerg players especially, this is so important that you do this. Crouching probe, hidden pylon is the bane of every Zerg player in the world. So you've got to get those lings out on the map. You've got to find out what's up.
Alicia is going to let this pylon finish though. He's already wiping in his first Zealot. That Zealot will be able to keep the pylon alive. If he wipes in 3 more Zealots and he just put them with the back to the pylon, he's actually going to keep that pylon alive for a long time, because Zerglings don't really want to fight pylons if they are in narrow chokes. But he's going to have to wipe in real soon, as that pylon is already being surrounded.
Overlord Scout does actually spot
by Zerglings right now.
The Stargate in the main base. So Snute knows exactly what he's up against.
And nothing new as well. This is kind of the same scenario as we've seen in the previous 3 games. A little different, perhaps. 35 drones right now for Snute against 37 probes. But Snute is going to go up to 3 bases already. He will have the freedom to drone behind this, as he has a nice amount of speedlings out on the map already. He will be able to scout pretty much everything. He's going to lose an Overlord here and there to these Phoenixes. That's kind of inevitable, but overall... Oh! I'm glad that Zealot was wiped in correctly.
Every game Snute tries, every game Alicia is prepared for it.
I should really take a note out of Alicia, man, because every game this happens for me. Zealot or Zerglings run into my natural. It happens oh so often. It's really infuriating. I just recently realized that if you wipe in a Zealot in a choke point like that, and you press H while it's wiping in, it's actually not on hold position yet. So this is the reason why I lost at least 20 games, because I was like, I'm sure I press H, and yes I did, but the unit wasn't finished yet, so
what if you press Shift H?
I don't think it can take commands while you're wiping it in.
It can.
No, it's not a unit yet.
I promise you it can.
Well,
maybe if you get like a small move command and then an H.
I have no idea. I mean, I have recently, like, people on my stream pointed out that the reason why Zerglings were running by all the time is because I was pressing H too early. And it doesn't actually take the command. I have no idea.
Well, you can definitely give it move commands, because like if you're warping in a unit, you like click, it'll give you the little lines to say that it's going to go there.
Yeah, but that's well, that's perhaps a little bit different. Crazy amount of Zerglings right now for Snute, but good voice was going down for Alicia over here at this 3rd base. Oh, there's still a Zealot over there though, and that Zealot is still in hold position. Alicia not making any mistakes, and he's already getting that +1 for the Void Race as well. Alicia loves this build, man.
Changing it up a little bit. Was going to go double Stargate, instead went Robo Stargate, so... Not a huge variation, but a variation nonetheless.
Maybe a good old 3-base Colossus Void Ray push. But then again, would you really get Void Ray upgrades? So, I guess not. Perhaps he's just worried.
Faster observers, so he can deal with this creep.
That would be something, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop the Robo Bay as well. I mean, a couple of Colossus will never hurt. We're getting a range upgrade this game with Snute, while in the previous game, for instance, the game on Belshire Vestige, he was upgrading his Zerglings. This time, he is going for range, so a Hydralisk then going down is much more likely, even though he's already going up to Hive. And
is that really his Hive already? God,
yes.
He gets his Hive so fast. Unbelievable how it's going to be done by 11 minutes.
He has like 16 Zerglings on the map, and he's like, alright, I'm safe against everything. Don't mess with Snute's Zerglings, guys.
It's just the comfort level that he displays.
75 drones right now as well, comfortably mining off 3 bases. Hydralisk Den is going down right now, Ben, so we do see the Hydralisk Den go down.
Ling's not able to make anything happen. Alicia has done a fantastic job of shoring up all of his defenses and slowly working his way up to 3 bases. I'm sure he'll be walling off that ramp right outside of his natural here shortly.
Perhaps this is the time that Alicia's going to move out for the first time once more. This is kind of similar to the moment when he moved out on Belshire Vestige. Back then he was able to pick up that 4th base of Snute, and that eventually ended up to him winning that game, as that just crippled Snute for quite a while. Snute was never really able to muster out the amount of units he really needed. And once more, Ben, in this phase of the game, Snute barely has any anti-air. He has 5 queens, that's it.
It's Zergling Queen is his army composition, with a few Vipers about to pop out. I don't know if 5 queens is going to be enough. We'll see. I feel like this hatchery is probably going to go down, though, Kev. There's not even any Spore Crawlers.
I think it's going to go down once more. We have the Mothership Core as well, so this is not a massive commitment, but he doesn't even have to recall yet. He might be able to drop some good force field and pick up some free units. This is a really nice...
He didn't overreact there. He didn't commit to a bad fight. He said, you know what? Maybe I was too greedy. You can have that 300 minerals. I'll just rebuild it and secure it when I'm safer. And once again, a Nidus network going down.
He does have an infestation pit as well. He didn't research pathogen glands yet, as far as I know.
No, I don't think that he has. He went straight. He couldn't have gotten a hive that fast if he'd gotten pathogen glands. There are colossi in production, like we talked about.
Observer as well in the middle of the map. So Snute just retaking that fort base. We do have a bunch of hydras on the map right now. 11. That's definitely enough.
What is this army? Zergling, Hydra, Queen, Viper, Nidus. Have you ever seen this?
No, I have not.
Do you think Snute's ever even practiced this, or is he just like, let's give it a try?
I don't know. Maybe I think he really put something in his mind with all your Nidus stuff. You're a bad man, Ben.
He tried it in that one game that he lost. He's like, hey, actually, this is pretty good.
And in the last game, he won.
Yeah.
First Nidus network is indeed going down. I mean, he's going to have a lot quicker reinforcements. What is he going to put in the Nidus, though? Bunch of queens?
Everything, man.
Spread some creep? Actually, that's very good. It's very nice to have creep all around the map. Pick up a pylon there in the process as well. Snute is actually maxed out right now, Ben. That went pretty quick.
Yeah, 14-minute max with Zerglings. That's unbelievable.
And he has 6-7 queens as well. He has 20 Hydralisk and 5 Vipers as well. There's only one Colossus out on the map. External thermal lens is not finished yet. Force fields are going to be very important for Alicia, I feel. But of course he's going to have to be very careful against all those Vipers.
This looks like such an impossible position to attack. We'll see how it works out. Slowly the Nidus networks are creeping forward.
Both an overcharge is being used. I mean, those Vipers are still really scary, man. If the Colossus die, Blinding Cloud being used as well, man.
That's a fantastic Blinding Cloud. Means the Nexus can't shoot anything except for the Lings. The Void Rays are going to be pulled out and dealt with by the Hydralisks.
Good feedback so far. As long as these Colossus are alive, Alicia should be able to stabilize, though. Don't you agree?
I think so. I think Snute's going to have to back off here. It's very cute. He might even kill the Nexus, and he does kill the Nexus, and with the Nidus exit right there.
Oh, good force fields. Very good force fields.
Queens, but a lot of the Hydralisks are going to escape, and Snute transitioning right into...
I don't think that was all that bad. I like what Alicia is doing right now. He's going to retake his third, but immediately take his fourth base as well. He's like, alright, I took some damage over there, but I kept the majority of my expensive units alive. I lost a Void Ray 2 in the process, but that's not the end of the world. You lost way more than me.
Yes.
Your economy took a hit early on as well when I took out your fourth base, so I can go up to 4 bases right now immediately as well.
That was much more expensive for Snute than it was for Alicia.
Wow, which you can see in the units lost resource tab as well. 6,700 resources lost for Snute, against only 2,600 for Alicia.
The other side of that is a 4-base Zerg.
Yep.
Can afford to trade with the 2 3-base Protoss.
That is definitely true. It is 92 drones right now for Snute as well. But still, that's not something you can do all the time. Certainly not because he didn't kill a single Colossus, and I think that is very important to mention. And he also didn't really kill any of the High Templars, ain't that correct?
I don't think he got any High Templar. He did get quite a few Void Rays. He did get the Nexus, but the Colossus and the High Templar mostly unscathed.
For Zealots. Just when the Locust expired, they're gonna have to face the Hydras. He's like, can't catch a break, man.
Bring me back as an immortal.
Like against 196 right now, but I actually think Alicia's army looks a little more scary. It's kind of because like Snute's army is just a little bit all over the place, and he also has 22 more workers. So army supply, it's very even right now. And God, this is a scary Protoss army.
Really is going to come down to the usage of the Vipers, I think, and how he's able to pick and choose his engagements.
The only thing we have to point out is that Snute has quite the upgrade advantage. You can see these roaches right now on 2-2 already. 3-2 is on the way. Actually, 3-3 is starting right now, while all that Alicia has is 1-0. He's working on 2-0 though, but still, that's a massive difference.
That big scary Protoss army is on the move on Snute's creep. Snute well aware of what's going on. And actually we have some DTs moving around the map. And I don't think Snute's made any overseers yet. He has not, so no mobile detection. Lots of spore crawlers.
Yeah, lots of spore crawlers. Nidus network's going down, a couple of swarmos being brought over to the north side of the map. They will be able to put some siege on perhaps the network span. Lots of locusts being spawned right now. Snute doesn't really have any additional units protecting those swarmos.
Nope. Overseers are on the way, but it will not matter as this hatchery is going to fall to those Dark Templar. Here comes the big army of... man, that is a huge Protoss army.
Look at the bank of Snute though. That's pretty huge too. Could be a Wall Street banker.
I wonder what he's I wonder what he's going to reload with. I wonder if it's going to be
just kidding, then he would be in debt. Just kidding, Ben. Nice actually drone movement over there. 2 Dark Templars kind of trap. While meanwhile this Protoss army from Alicia is starting to move forward. But Spore Crawlers are very effective against this army.
Where is the rest of Snute's army? He's only fighting with Swarm Host right now, and apparently it's enough. Swarm Host Spore Crawler. Lots of
prison.
annoying stuff happening over here in the main base as Alicia is trying to spread Snute out with some harass. Snute making more and more overseers. And he will stabilize here.
I really love all the spore crawlers from Snute. That just makes it so effective. Katz is actually one of the players who's been saying that spore crawlers and vipers are so extremely good against pretty much everything that Protoss has to offer if you get a bunch of swarm hosts with it as well. That's kind of what we're seeing Snute do now as well.
Alicia really raising his play, I think, right now, utilizing the Warp Prism, really taxing Snute, forcing him to be everywhere at once. I think Snute's doing an excellent job of answering to it, though. Yeah,
earlier in this tournament, in the second group stage, we saw Liquid Hero, the guy who we're going to see in the next series when he's going to go up against Young. He played against Scarlet, and he did an excellent job in just avoiding swarmers. On a certain moment, Scarlet had a crazy amount of swarmers as well, but Hero did such a good job at just attacking all over the place and even utilizing sentries very late in the game to block out swarmers. Was very cool and very fun to see, and we're kind of seeing the same mobility right now out of Alicia. Alicia's just doing this very well.
Snute's going to try to defend his main base with Nidus Network, but I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of roaches getting caught here out in the open. The main army of Alicia on the move, while Snute is just trying to deal with this Warp Prism. He will kill the Prism.
Alicia should be able to take a 5th base as well. Does she take some man in the left top side of the map?
I think he'd probably take a 5th and maybe even a 6th down straight below his natural. But that one's going to be a little bit harder to defend against the...
Well, that's actually the one he's going to take first.
Oh.
Which surprised me a little bit, because his army is so active on the left top side of the map that you would say that taking a base on the left top side of the map should be a lot easier to defend.
Snute is going double Spire. I wonder what he's planning to do with that. Is he going to go to some crazy Muta play? Is he going to try to transition into some Brood Lords?
Actually, I mean, that wasn't a cancel by Snute, but nice force/kill by Alicia. Then again, losing 300 minerals for Snute right now is not the end of the world, as he has 6,500 minerals.
Alright, double Greater Spire. Maybe, there we go. One Greater Spire, one armor upgrade, so it looks like there is going to be Brood Lords on the way here for the Norwe-American.
Doesn't work, man.
Norwegian?
I think we're going to have to go with Norwegian.
Okay, fine.
Couple of Zealots working on a Spore Crawler. They were able to pick it up. Meanwhile, this main army is coming closer. Good feedback by Alicia. And this is Alicia's doing this very well. Yeah. He's really using the terrain of this map oh so well. It's going to be harder for Locust to get a good engagement.
Excellent positioning.
Vipers once more. They want to get those abducts off, but feedbacks will land. Of course, the range of feedback's pretty damn big. Here come the Locusts, though.
Locusts are going to kill a High Templar or two.
Not a single one so far.
I think he got one. But he lost every Viper, and he's going to have to now rebuild his Vipers. Excuse me, there's a single Viper out on the map. 3 more on the way.
More Dark Templars heading into this third base. The Zealots did a really good job at picking up the Spore Crawler earlier on, and right now he's following it up with some Dark Templar play, but lots of Queens over here to transfuse for now. So both players doing, or putting out some cute moves.
Man, Snute is truly impressing me with his multitasking, but Alicia continues to pile on the pressure. He is going to probably kill this base. Colossi, Void Rays, and a very unhappy hatchery as it gets melted.
And very happy Colossus.
Very happy Colossus.
They've never felt this safe.
If Colossus could smile.
Oh, it's smiling.
These guys would be so teethy right now.
From top to toe. And they are very long. Very tall.
Uh-oh. A few Swarm Hosts left a little bit overexposed. They're going to quickly run back to the safety of the Spore Crawlers. Roach Hydra counterattack up here at the 4th expansion.
Is he going to use recall? It doesn't really look like it. This army from Alicia is looking oh so scary. We got a couple of Corruptors in production now as well, but I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough. Here come the Adopts though. And
pulling some Colossi forward. Corruptor's doing a good job of picking off the units that are there. And he's just going to morph Broodlords right in the face of Alicia. Is this a good idea? We'll see. Swarm Hosts are going to try to hold the line.
So many Stalkers over here. As soon as these Locusts die, it's actually going to be quite hard to
get
those Broodlords alive.
I think Snute's going to hold. It's so close. The Queens are underneath.
He's maxed out.
There'll be another wave of Locusts here soon. Snute can't build any more units right now. The Stalker's blinking below the Broodlords, but that means they're going to have to deal with the Swarm Host, which just spawned so many more Locusts. Broodlords also finishing up. Alicia is going to lose several units here, blinking away at the last possible second as the dust settles. Alicia has lost a base and a lot of supply. 175 Zerg supply, over 150 for Protoss.
I have no idea how Snute just defended that. Oh, actually, this is kind of a bad fight for Snute, though. All those Broodlords so exposed and the Swarm Hosts were not burrowed. He's losing a lot of free units over here. And actually real units.
But is instead going to continue to push forward. Doesn't even care. Snute perhaps realizing his potential advantage. He's going to try to remax with some Hydralisks. He's out of gas, though, Kev.
Alicia's going to have to give up this base, I think. As soon as the Locusts and Swarm Hosts are coming closer and closer, I think he's just going to have to abandon it for now. He has a much more mobile army. Those Broodlords are, of course, very, very slow. and Swarmos are also not the most mobile unit.
Frantically, Alicia's trying to harass with some zealots on the other side of the map. I think it's going to be enough to deal with 2 locusts and 2 hydras. That is a ton of zealots, and Snute stands to lose his natural as well as his main.
Yeah, I like what Alicia's doing. He's just going to sacrifice that 5th base for now, which I really think is the correct decision. It would be very hard to keep that one alive, but his army is so much more mobile. Those zealots are, as you pointed out, Ben, dealing a really great amount of damage.
Man. They're doing huge damage. Eventually, the reinforcing Zerglings and Hydras are going to give Snute enough to clean this up, but I'm sure Alicia will just continue this kind.
The forward blink goes down. And, well, he's just picking up 1 unit at a time. Alicia is doing this very well. He is down in army supply by only 23. I think it would have been very smart for him to hide a couple of Void Rays, because there's really not that much NTR in this army in the first place.
Yeah, if he could just kind of roll out with like 10 rays at once, that would perhaps change things. Dark Templar are now going to get into the mix, but there's plenty of detection with the army of Snute.
That was kind of an expensive loss. Alicia's not all that rich anymore. On a certain moment he had 4,000 minerals. Right now he's down all the way to 800.
Man, I cannot believe the level of ZVP we're seeing from Snute. This is just phenomenal.
Certainly against a player like Alicia, it's so hard to pull off a style like this, but it's far from over. There are 29 Stalkers right now, 6 Colossus, 5 High Templars as well. A couple of storms will land on all these Locusts.
Really nice storms, but he's going to need more High Templar energy. There's a lot of Zerglings behind it. More storms going down on a few of the Swarm hosts, but the Broodlords overhead, Hydralisk reinforcements. I don't know if there's enough Protoss.
I think there is.
Hanging in there. He's not dead yet. Snoot's going to have to fall back once again to his Spore Crawlers. And what a back-and-forth series. What a back-and-forth game.
Alicia right now in a pretty damn sweet position, Ben. He's up 30 supply. He has even amount of bases. He's actually mining more bases and more money right now than Snute. I'm not sure how he does that exactly. I guess because he lost his 3rd base once upon a time, so he had more minerals left over there. Yeah, Snute completely mined out his 3rd. Man, that was a Raptors, and that's it. No more.
That's not going to cut it against the Void Rays. Now he's once again producing Queens, Hydras, still adding in Corruptors. Snute not out of this. These single Dark Templars, they would kill every one of my expansions, but Snute seems to catch it every time. Very impressive multitasking here from Snute. Just an ability to assess threats and deal with them.
Here comes that intimidating Protoss army once more, though. These Spinecrawlers are going to fall immediately. Most of the Zerg units are a little bit out of position.
Oh, drones marched to their death here. That is so many Colossi and Void Rays. Colossus Void Ray. Haven't seen that. Well, we're seeing more of it now in Heart of the Swarm, I guess, but it was popping in wings as well. Snoot's going to tap out. Good game gets called. And Alicia evens up the series. Wow.
Going to game 5, Ben. One final game to decide who is going to go to Korea, who is going to represent America in the WCS Season 1 Grand Finals. What a great series we have seen so far between these 2 excellent StarCraft players.
What an absolutely amazing game, absolutely amazing series. Both these guys are, they're leaving it all out there.
It's so back and forth. I really do think that as cool as this style is by Snute and as hard as it is to deal with it, I think that Snute is better off with Hydra Viper.
I kind of think so too. Like, I just don't know. Like, the Swarm Host is the unit that I want to love, but I just can't quite wrap my arms around it yet, you know? We'll see. I'm incredibly excited to see what Snute brings out in game number 5. We are going to head into a short break. The WCS Season 1 Finals for America will continue when we get back.